What's up guys, back for another Honka Star Rail video. In this video we're going to go over the best characters to use in the newest pure fiction self-fulfilling prophecy. So first things first, we got to go over the buff effects and then the ones that you can actually choose. So for this one, when allies use their basic attack or ultimate to attack enemy targets, inflict the target with a shatter, stacking up to 3 times. At the start of the target's turn or when the target is defeated, deals true damage to the target based on the number of shatter stacks. Then when you get the Surging Grit, which is you pretty much fill up the bar to max, upon entering Surging Grit, immediately regenerates 30% energy for all allies. The energy regenerated by this effect can exceed the target's max energy. Increase damage taken by enemy targets during this period by 50%. Additionally, triggering Shatter will deal true damage to all attacked enemy targets and adjacent targets, right? So that is the effect you will always have. Then the ones you can pick are during Surging Grit, after allies use their skill or launch a follow-up attack against enemy targets with Shatter, Shatter can immediately be triggered. After allies use a skill or launch a follow-up attack, every enemy target hit additionally accumulates 2 grit value for allies. Then the second one, during Surging Grit, increases break damage taken by enemy targets by 30%. When targets in the Shatter state are defeated by an enemy, deals 10 toughness reduction regardless of weakness type to adjacent enemy targets. Then when the enemy is weakness broken, additionally get 3 grit value. Then the last one, which is basically for Mide, even though he's not out yet, unfortunately, so you have to wait to use this one, really. You could probably use it with like Blade, I guess, but during Surging Grit, when any character uses their skill, consumes HP equal to 20% of their current HP. Additionally, after using skill, restore HP equal to 20% of their max HP. Each time an ally character receives an attack or loses HP, all allies additionally accumulate 2 grit value. This just screams Blade Mide, like, let's be real, right? Other than that, though, those are the buffs. So let's go over to the actual list, right? So the first enemy is going to be weak to good old imaginary ice, and the second one is quantum lightning. Now obviously Mita is here because he is pretty good for this one, but he's not actually out of the recording of this video, so he's going to be there. Once he is out, he'll probably just go and be in the imaginary section, right? But first things first, we obviously got to just knock out who is meta, right? This should be no surprise. It's really just the top tier supports and the top tier sustains. This includes supports like Q, even though he's technically not a support, he's still very, very good. Ho-Ho's here, not Jeopard, sorry, Vig. Fuchuan's probably starting to get on her way out, but I will be very nice and I'll put her there. Venturing is up there. Who am I looking for? I'm blanking. Gallagher is up here. Pela is up here. Herda is up here. Serval is up here. I grabbed the wrong character. There she is. Jade is up here. Jade is overall just extremely good. Is there anyone I'm missing based off of who I already grabbed? I think this is everybody. Yeah, this is everybody. Okay. The reason I'm not adding, well, we can add Herda as well to it, and like someone like Rappa. Where is she? Rappa. But we're gonna go ahead and move them down to here. So for the first fight, there were 2 ice and imaginary. You pretty much would just bring either a break team with Rappa or a just AoE team with Herda, right? Now, characters you can use with Rappa would always be stuff like Gallagher, Fugue, Linksha, Harmony MC, you know, whoever your break characters are. You can also run someone like Himiko. I've seen people do it. I know Himiko is not going to be have advantage on this one because it's not weak to fire. But you know, people run funny teams, and hey, whatever works. In terms of Herda, Serval, Jade, or I said Herda when I grabbed Serval. Herda, Serval, and Jade, right, are going to be your best options, right? Jade is going to be pretty good if you run on the second one, because you can use Herda on both, right? I'm just recommending do the first one because, you know, Jade will be a little crazy. Serval is overall good if you use the passkey one, and then Herda is just good overall because it's Herda, spin the win, right? When I did my run, I did get less than 40,000 points. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go in and fix that, right? Because the team definitely could do it. But it also helps because Herda is using skills and Mini Herda is using follow-up attacks, so you can take advantage of the first buff very, very well with this team. Then for the second team, what I recommend is you can use Acheron, right? I mean, classic Acheron, GeoCube, go crazy, right? Then you can also use, and I did very good with this team. Granted, I did use Tribby, RMC, and Sunday, and I had Sustainless, but I got a perfect score with Aglia. Aglia does it very, very good. Now, she doesn't have a way to take advantage of the buffs you can select, unfortunately. She can kind of make the first one work with, I guess, follow-up attacks. Like, you know, if you have you put Tribby on the team, or you can like ult with the. I mean, it's all over the place, right? You're really just taking advantage of the basic attack and ultimate from the base pure fiction buff, and not the one you can actually pick. I mean, like, you could really choose any of them. It's really just, you know, the first one. Like, you know, Tribute go crazy follow-up attacks. I don't know. But regardless, though, Agnes still does extremely, extremely well. Don't take the fact that she doesn't have a buff as she's not usable on this, because she still is very, very runnable. Now, a few characters that can work, but they're going to need a bit of love. I'm sure someone's going to make Blade work with the HP one, so I'm just going to put him there. If you can make him work, W Blade Bands. If you can't, it is what it is, bro. Next up is going to be good old Jing Yun. If I can find him, Jing Yun is going to work pretty well. In fact, I'm actually just going to put him right here. He can take advantage of the follow-up buff, the ult buff, and the skill buff, all from the base and picking a buff. So he should be doing very, very well on this one. Another character, as always, is going to be Yun Li. Yun Li is kind of just a overall decent character for pure fiction, but it really just depends on how often the enemies are attacking. So you might have to get a feel for how fast the enemies are, and then go back. If the enemies are fast enough, Yun Li's got it. If they're not, might be a bit tough. And then, of course, Argenti. There's no physical weakness, but Argenti's just pretty good in pure fiction. So there he is, right? Now, if I don't have a character here, that doesn't mean that they can't actually get it clear. Characters such as Firefly, I feel like will struggle quite a bit unless you have their more premium teams or dupes in them. Himiko can't hang because there's not fire weakness. You really just have to have characters like Fugue to really take advantage of that. Other characters such as Dot have just not gotten any love. Like, I would love to be able to put Dot up here, right? But I'm really not going to be recommending anyone to use Dot. Wow, I talk about Dot and I yawn super hard, bro. Like, I love Dot, but you know, I'm not recommending Dot at all. You can technically take advantage of it by, I guess, like basic attacking with Black Swan and then ulting and then using your skill and the Kafka as a follow attack. So I guess I'll put Dot in can work, right? It can work, right? If you just have like the really good Dot team. But other than that, that's pretty much the teams I would recommend. Unfortunately, pure fiction is getting rather tanky, and you know, a lot of these characters are either single target based, can't do anything in this pure fiction because they don't have a good buff, or they're just old, right? And it is what it is. Hopefully, with the newer Star updates, we will get buffs to older characters, and this list will have even more characters on it. I think pure fiction is definitely the easiest to access for players, just because there is a good option of rather older characters that you can pick, such as like Herta, Serval, Pela, like Himiko when it applies, right? Which is very, very nice. Can't say the same thing about other games modes, but other than that, hopefully this video helped you out. Let me know in the comments what teams you use, what scores you got. Do you think the one was easier than the last one, harder than the next one? I'm going to go to sleep. It is very, very late. Shout out to this coming out an hour later. I'm still like not fully adjusted to it, unfortunately. Been jumping around with when I go to sleep a lot. Varies if I have to wake up early or have to get something done. So it's like one night I'll wake up super early to go to like a doctor's appointment, and then the next night I'll stay up super late to get something done, and my body's like, whoa, bro, what are we doing? But anyway, enough about me. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.